Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm swatching and reviewing this small set of three super granulating colors by Schminke. It's called the Trio Volcano. It's a selection of the Volcano set of 5, so it's less expensive. It was on sale, so I thought I wanted to just grab it and try it. It consists of 3 colors. It's Volcano Red, Volcano Brown and Volcano Violet. So let's swatch them together. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, let's start swatching the first color, which is Volcano Red. It's a color that we find in all 3 tubes. The 3 tubes are 5mm tubes, and it's part of the collection of Supergranulation by Schminke. This Volcano Red is made with pigment PR108, which is cadmium red, which is not normally super granulating color. So I'm not sure how they obtain this super granulation. It is a 5-star of light fastness. All this information are on this small tube. Okay, let's swatch it. I immediately noticed that this PR108 has a different hue from the usual cadmium red that we are used to see, as it is more muted. This paper is not the best paper where you can see granulation, because it's almost a hot press cellulose paper. But we still see the granulation here. It's muted compared to usual cadmium red. I will add some more here. I don't want to waste too much color because it's a small tube. Okay. Let's add some water to accentuate granulation, and then we'll see when it dries what happens to this granulation. It's a very beautiful color. I'm not usually a fan of cadmium red, but in this muted form, it's particularly beautiful. Of course, there is no color separation because it is a single pigment color, but the granulation is quite obvious now that it is wet. I'm sure it will be even more obvious when it dries. Let's go to Volcano Brown. Okay, Volcano Brown still has 5 stars, and it is semi-opaque, whereas the Volcano Red was more transparent. And there are 2 pigments here. One is cadmium red, which is in all 3 tubes, the PR108, the cadmium red, and then it's mixed with black iron oxide, PBK11, which is a color that I use in my palette because it's a very granulating black. Now here the black, it is overpowering compared to the red, and I don't see a lot of color separation for the moment, but maybe when it dries we'll get some more. Yes, now I start seeing some color separation. Here you can see black and red separating one from each other. And yeah, it's really hyper granulating. The granulation is crazy in this moment. We'll see when it dries. I have added more pigment here to see what happens. When it dries, we add more pigment here. I push the pigment here. It's very muted. I don't think that you really need to mix those. You can use them straight from the palette. You know that you can buy them in half pans as well, or in 15 milliliters tubes, but the sets come with these small tubes, 5 milliliters. And then we have a Volcano Violet. Volcano Violet uses a pigment that is almost exclusive to Schminke, I think, and it is PV62, and it's sold by Schminke in a tube as a cobalt violet hue, and mixed with this cadmium red, the PR108, it gives a beautiful moody violet. Look at this. Oh, this is so beautiful. It's very muted. It's not too vibrant, but it's very pigmented. I don't like paint that is too vibrant. I like it more muted, and the granulation is crazy, and the color separation is very nice. I'll put some here, yeah. I'll put some more here. These small tubes are not easy to recap. I hate this. I'll try to get as dark as possible. They don't get very dark, these colors, but when you put more pigment, there is more color separation and a stronger granulation. I can see very well the violet separating from the cadmium red. It's a very lovely effect. I can imagine this for fruit, for instance. For fruit, that would be so lovely. Or pottery. Now we let this dry. Oh wow, I'm already seeing the granulation showing through the pigments, the big granules. And we try some mixes here. For my mixes, I'm using, as usual, my Paul Rubens set, which has very easy to re-wet and very vibrant colors. And I always use this set for my mixes, so I have equal conditions for all my paints. I will take some cadmium yellow, and I like to mix on paper. I'll put some here, 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 and here. Okay, so what happens with the cadmium yellow? We get a lovely orange. Let me just put more here. Okay, then I will take some French ultramarine. And we should get a purple. Yes, very obvious color separation, very nice. Then we go to some emerald green. I will put the color here so you see it. I will also put some French ultramarine here so you see the original color, and some cadmium yellow here. Let's see what happens with emerald green. A lovely dark. Maybe I should add more red. Okay. Nice brown we get, I would say. I love mixing on paper. Then I will use some yellow ochre. And this yellow ochre from Paul Rubens is really nice. It's a golden, very yellowish one. I like it. Let's see what happens once mixed. Lovely brick color, a terracotta. How lovely. I will take a phthalo blue. It's a cyan basically, like a primary blue. And we get a completely different color, completely different hue from the mix with the ultramarine. That's a very interesting color. I don't want to mix it too much. Let's try and mix the volcano brown. I put my 5 dots. And I do the same thing. My cadmium yellow. This cadmium yellow is so clean, so beautiful. And what happens? We mix it. Oh, we get almost a green, a very muted green because of the black. Yes, it's an olive dark green. This is surprising, but it's also very beautiful. Look at this. Now, with the French ultramarine, it's a bit overpowering maybe this volcano brown because of the black content. This blue, this French ultramarine by Paul Rubens is a bit weaker, so I will add some more, otherwise it disappears. And we get a very dark blue with interesting color separation. Now we go to emerald green. Emerald green is a color that I love to have in my palette for mixing because it gives some very interesting unexpected results when toned down. And yes, there is immediately a very beautiful dark green, a forest green almost. The red in the volcano brown tones down the coolness of this emerald green, which is a phthalo green basically. Now we go to the yellow ochre. I'm very curious to see what happens. I expect to see some green coming out, but actually not really. Let's see when it dries, but it's a bit dull, this one, not crazy about it. And then our phthalo blue. It's a beautiful sky blue. And we should get maybe a gray, I don't know. Yes, how dark. This is so dark, such a beautiful dark. We have a gray as opposite to the French ultramarine, which is more a violet dark blue. This is more a gray, almost a black. Look how dark it is. Okay, I let this dry. I'm so curious to see what happens when it dries. And now let's go to our Volcano Violet, which has cadmium red and cobalt violet hue. It's going to be so unexpected, I think. Okay, this is with cadmium yellow, and the result is a light muted, almost gold ochre. You see, it's a gold ochre. Okay, let this dry and we'll see. It's a gold ochre, I would say. Now we go to ultramarine. It looks very vibrant, but it gets weak in mixes, this ultramarine. With violet, yes, you get obviously a lovely purple with a redder shade here and bluer here where you have the blue, but you can really have a nice color variation. It depends on the ratio that you put. A dark purple. Look at all the difference between these three. It's impossible that they have so much in common and still they are so different. Wow, I love this game of mixing unexpected new hues. This is our emerald green. I will push it up to meet our volcano violet. I don't know what to expect, maybe a brown. And no, yeah, it's a gray. It's a dark, it's a very dark gray with a greenish undertone. It's almost a black. Very dark, very nice. Now we go to yellow ochre. I have great expectations for this one. And I think I'm right. We get this wonderful, wonderful muted brick color with incredible color separation. Very nice. I love it. Now the phthalo blue. Okay, here we get a dark blue. Just takes away the violet undertone. I would say it's more a dark blue, this result, and it's a beautiful blue. And now we let this dry and I come back when everything is dry. I'll see you in a minute, my friends. Okay, these are my colors when dry, and we start from the tubes. So the Volcano Red, as we said, is a cadmium red with a very nice result for cadmium red, because it has a brick undertone that you don't usually find in cadmium red. It's very nice, it's very granulating, but I think that it gives the best when mixed, but we'll go to this in a minute. But when mixed, it's really incredible. It has an incredible effect. Then we have the Volcano Brown. The Volcano Brown, it's granulating like crazy. I have a tube of PBK 11, the black iron oxide from Rembrandt, and I would like to make a video. I would like to make a video with what kind of mixes I can get from this black, because I think that it's very interesting. If you are interested in such a video, please do let me know in the comments, and I will make sure to shoot this kind of video. And then I have the Volcano Violet. The Volcano Violet has an incredible color separation. Look at this. And very lovely granulation. I get lost in this granulation. Okay, so these three colors are beautiful. I think that you can have an incredible number of opportunities to use these colors. I'm thinking more about urban scapes or urban sketching, or maybe still lifes like fruits or pottery. And I like very much to paint objects or fruits or vegetables, or even urban scapes, urban settings. So I think I will use this very much. And when mixed, once mixed, I think that they become really, they give their best when they're mixed. Look at the mixes with this Volcano Red. By itself, it is granulating, but it's not so incredible. But once mixed, look at the mixes, look at the color separation that you achieve. It's really incredible. Think of, I don't know, really pottery once again, or think of old weathered buildings, or think about foliage, for instance, fall foliage, gemstones. The Volcano Brown gives these muted colors. These almost, with the phthalo blue is almost a turquoise, and the dark blue that you achieve with the French ultramarine, which is a very light blue in the origin. And also this color that I thought it was dull, I thought I didn't like, this golden brown that you have once mixed with the yellow ochre. This is wonderful, this golden yellow. And you can paint wood with no effort. You just mix yellow ochre with Volcano Brown, and you get this weathered, granulated texture. It's very textured. You can paint wood with absolutely no effort. And with the Volcano Violets, it's the same. Some incredible hues that I almost never even think that they existed. And I really must try to use these mixes in my painting, because they are awesome. And I think that my favorite is maybe with the cadmium yellow. Look at this, with this incredible color separation. It's pure gold, this one. But also this purple is one of the most beautiful purple I have seen in my life. They're really great. So I think that the limit is your imagination. I don't know if you have tried this set, and if you mix it with your non-granulating paint, what are your favorite mixes? And I would like to know if you're happy about this set, about these volcano paints, and what is your experience. Please do let me know in the comments. So thank you for having watched this new video with me. And that's all for the moment being. A big ciao from Elisabetta in Italy. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you appreciate my channel, so to help me to grow. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!